guys, this is Cadma from Bitten Apple TV in conjunction with It Came From the Radio here at Big AppleCon, where both apples are taking a bite out of each other. Now, I've stumbled across Ivy Supersonic. I mean, that is a hell of a name. I love that name. Superhero. You got to be like a superhero. I'm pretty confident of this. But she's an amazing artist here. She does a lot of incredible things, and I kind of just wanted to get my viewers to get a chance to see exactly what it is that she does here.
So I'm so glad that you're interviewing me, because I've been working with this event since it was in a church about 21 years ago, and my friend is the owner, and this is the first time I've actually ever had a booth here after all these years. And I started here, I was designing hats, so it was like 1996. My first hat I designed was made out of feathers. And I brought it just to the beginning, you know, I was collecting the money for the show. And the first sale I made was to a woman she worked for Warner Brothers. And so I started designing these hats, and when I made them, I looked at them and I said, they're not really for everybody, they're really museum pieces. And I know what they are. And then all of a sudden, you know, they took off. I started designing for Pam Anderson and Snoop Dogg and Tommy Lee and George Clinton, and I'll show you. I have a whole bunch of people. So the hats just made out of feathers, and I really just stayed with rock stars. You know, I felt like these people were on a different level. They could understand it. They had a place to wear it. You know, there was a stage. You know, and that's what these hats are for. So I've been designing them for many years, and then in 1999 I created a cartoon character called the Scrat, which I spelled it Scrat, S-Q-R-A-T, and Fox liked it when I pitched them, and they decided to spell it S-C-R-A-T. Fortunate for me, I own the web domain, scrat.com. So it's been a long battle, you know, fighting Fox. They have billions of dollars, and right now we're still in court. We're in the Court of Appeals, the Ninth Circuit in Pasadena, waiting decision. So it's been going on for a long time, and Fox is selling my cartoon I created, the Scrat, to Disney. So I started to paint. It was December 19th, 2016, and my friend said, Ivy, there's all these faces in your art. So I didn't really know what she was talking about, and you know, I've always been very psychic and mediumistic, and but this just was like kind of really off the hook. So there's like thousands to millions of faces and images within my art. So like when you look at this was one of my first pieces. You know, there's a king and there's a court jester, and then we turned it upside down because I painted it this way. I was painting Supersonic. You turn it upside down, there's Jesus and the disciples. So my art is filled with Jesus. I didn't grow up believing. I didn't know anything about Jesus. I knew nothing. So I had to go to many places for people to explain to me what was going on, because it was new to me. You know, it was new to me that I'm a psychic artist, and it's called you know, spirit painting, and it really happened a lot in the 1800s. And you know, so I don't think there's anybody really been around. You know, I don't know if anybody's ever done what I'm doing, truthfully. So there's some spirit art, but this is like, so I'll just show you, like, you know, these paintings are portals. You know, there's many dimensions. So this is, you know, we're in like a magic garden, and the painting, this is just a little piece of the painting. So there's actual like fairies and, you know, small little people. I'm not sure if I see anything in this one per se, but I see something here. But they're like, here's Jesus with the crown of thorns. Can you see him? He's in here. And then there's another guy here, I guess a disciple, maybe he's kissing him or something. There's a bigger one over there. You know, with the telephone and with lighting and different angles, like, then you really see stuff. So like this one here, there's staircases. I don't know, do you see the staircases? I think it's staircases into the ships. So like in here is a big staircase. Do you see that?
I see them. Yeah.
And then it's going up into there. There's a big tooth on this side. It looks like maybe it came from the Ice Age, like a molar. And then there's a face, like in the rocks. That was like an alien, like it's the grays. So the paintings are past, present, future, and you know, they're dimensions, interdimensional. So you could take the art and turn it like north, south, east, and west, and like.
And get something different from it each time.
Yeah, well, this one's cut off, but there's a bird sitting on this perch, and then like if you turn it this way, there's, you know, this big skull, and then I'm not really sure what's in this way. Lion. Okay, so I'm doing a lot of channeling of like animals and animal kingdom, but it's everything. Like this one is crazy. Like this.
So let me ask you this then. So as you were going on this journey and discovering your gift, what was that like for you when you first got the news? Because that's not everyday news. Like, hey, how was your morning? Like that's not your normal everyday news. So what was that like for you when you found that out?
It's a really good question. You know, I took this painting to my rabbi. I wanted to see if he could help me and explain it or tell me anything, and he didn't know. But I came home and I literally saw one of my paintings painting themselves. So the images, it was almost like if there was an invisible person with like a spray can, like doing like graffiti, like spraying all kinds of images. And I was like, stop, you know, please stop, just please. And so I stopped for like a month, and a publicist was like, no, keep painting. I was like, okay. So I was a little hesitant because I didn't understand what it was. And now I know, like, you know, my father was an artist. Jerome D. Silverstein, he was an artist and a lawyer. He was, you know, he was like right brain and left brain. And I mean, I went to his grave like 3 weeks before I started painting, and I told him like to get up and help me. So I saw his energy. It was like shaking on top of the stone. And I was like, man, he died like 13 years ago. I took all this time, you know, to shake and do that, and I saw it. And then I started painting, and I put his picture down, and I was like, yo, Dad, let's do this shit. Can I curse? And then all of a sudden, like, yo, I mean, really, what did happen? And it happened. So, yeah, so now I'm just like, it's amazing. I just, you know, I've been studying Kabbalah and all kinds of things, and like, you know, I lifted the veil. There's all these spirits like that we can't see. There's all these worlds and things happening with us. And like, if you think somebody passed away, like, they're physically not here, but they're really here in spirit. And when someone says that, that's real. Like, they're really here in spirit. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they don't exist. You know, I mean, like I tattooed, you know, I have a tattoo for my dad on my back and my mom. Like, they're really on my back. They're really your parents, your people, you know, they travel with you. We all go through different lifetimes together. And so now, you know, this venue is not really this kind of venue for this kind of art. You know,
but to be honest, I think it does represent New York City, because New York City really is like a blend. So that's one of the things I do like about Big Apple Con. So you kind of have the toy shops, the comic book shops, you have cosplayers, and then you have beautiful paintings. You see all these different artists. I saw someone who's doing like leather gauntlets in the corner. I think Big Apple Con really represents what New York City is about, which is a blend of everything. Like, we really are. That's the best part about New York City. So I do think your art does fit right along here, because it wasn't like I was walking by and it was like, what's this? It wasn't like a big shock or surprise. It was like, oh, that's cool. It's pretty funky. Let me see what that is about. It really does blend into to your crowd. I think these are your people.
I like it. Well, you know, when you talk about superpowers, you know, if it's like some made up thing, you know, well,
oh no, she has one. Her name is Ivy Supersonic. That's a super. I declared in the beginning of the interview, she's a superhero.
Like, you know, my a paintbrush to me is like the wand is to Harry Potter. I mean, you know, I'm going like that, and all of a sudden there's 1,000 images. You know, so do I have a superpower? I mean, this is like, yeah, I'm like, I feel like I'm spraying the canvas with my eyes, or, you know, my brain. So I guess I really do fit in, and you know, I create cartoon characters, and I'm best friends with the owner, so I fit in.
She's right on. This is home for her. Now, for those who are obviously looking at your beautiful artwork and are like, man, I would like to get one of these paintings, where can they come find you?
You can email me, you know, at ivysparanormal@gmail.com. My website is Ivy's Paranormal, and I have a movie I'm working on. It's a documentary, and it's called, so far I have about 12 minutes. It's called thechannel.artist.com. You could watch it. And I have some New York people, like if you guys remember from the 90s, Jesse Camp, the VJ from MTV, and there's a psychic, Frank Andrews. He's like a really New York psychic. He was John Lennon's psychic. He predicted John Lennon's death. He's in it with me. And if you want to see some paranormal stuff, I brought Shannon Taggart. She's from Lilydale. She's the photographer. She photographs all these paranormal stuff, and she's at ivyparanormal.com. So you could really watch some paranormal stuff. I thought it was a good idea to see what was in the room with me while I'm painting. What is she going to get? And you could see, like, all of a sudden, I'm not standing there anymore. It's, it's a puma.
Oh my God, this lady is incredible. Make sure you guys tune in, check out, get the artwork, and then also you get the chance to also see how she's creating it and really tune into her and her whole team. Make sure you check out that 12-minute movie of The Channel Artist. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.